everybody. Welcome to the Fabulous Empty Nest with me, your host, Angie. I want to first say, if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And if you are a return person, thank you so much. You guys have been really rocking my world. I am now up to 160 subscribers, which is just, I can't believe it because I remember when I had 3. And it took a long time. When you have 3, it takes a long time to get up to anything that's above 50, and then it seems like it took off, and then it lags, and then it takes off again. So it's just been really exciting. But I just want to say thank you to all of you for supporting my channel, all the wonderful comments, sharing my channel with your friends and family. That has been amazing. And really, you're kind of helping my dream come true, which is connecting the crochet community in a healthy and supportive way. There are a lot of channels out there, and a lot of them are doing the same thing. They're connecting people in healthy and supportive ways, and I love that. I think that it's wonderful that we have so many options and so many people to pick from. And for those of you that are here, you're choosing me as one of those people, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It really means a lot to me. I've come to a place in my life where I really am choosing, consciously choosing who I spend my time with because I don't have time for nonsense and negativity. And so there are a lot of really good channels out there. I actually spent my morning watching Mills Yarniverse. She's doing a project where she's collecting granny squares, and I just love her bubbly, positive personality. She's one of those people that I would like to just sit and have like a cup of coffee with, as well as my lovely friend Sarah over at Crochet with Coffee. Love to have coffee with her. Would love to sit and visit with Melody Arntinka. She just makes me laugh. I just love her so much. She's one of those that I put on when I just need a little uplift. I love Tammy at Mompreneur. She's amazing. She's kind of that person that I started following when I wanted to learn how to grow my channel because she's brilliant when it comes to all of that. She's got that businesswoman kind of mentality. Plus, she's a fabulous crocheter and designer. Let's see, who else? I could just go on and on and on. There's one more that I want to mention. Oh, my yarn geek. I love her so much. I just have so much fun. She's another one that makes me giggle, along with Passionate Kelsey. They're just those ones that make me giggle. When I had COVID and was like, I literally thought I was dying, they were the ones that I would lay on the couch and watch because I just was in such a dark place, and they literally got me through it. And that's when I decided to do this, was after I thought I was going to die, literally. Like I'm not just saying I thought I was going to die. Like I literally thought I was going to die. My husband thought I was going to die. So I'm glad I didn't, and I'm glad I'm here and finally feeling almost normal. It's taken, let's see, that was in early May. No, April. It was in April. So it's taken me a long time to recover, but here I am, super feeling super good and just like super ready to just do all the things. So anyway, let's get to some work, right? What have I been working on? I saw the cutest little head warmer on Pinterest, I think, and I wanted to make it, but I didn't have the right kind of green. But I finally went and got some at Michael's. What is that? A fluff. Is that not so cute? I'm still learning how to get my colors right. I'm trying. Let's see. Cute. Oh my goodness. I like how thick these are too. All right. And then I made this. I don't think this is going on my head. I don't think I can get it on my head. No, it's a small one. It's like a kid hat. And then I started this. So as you can tell, I've been working on my Addy, giving my hands a little bit of a break. They're in a lot of pain right now. This is the most recent tube that I made. This is yarn that I got from Hobby, and it's a merino. Let me check and see. Well, I can't find it, so I might have used it all. But it's a merino, and it feels lovely. And I'm going to work on this afternoon. And then I made a head warmer out of the same yarn. Ear warmer. Why do I keep saying head warmer? I don't think that's what it's called. All this hair. And then I made this pretty little ear warmer out of that same merino wool. So, been having fun with that. I got a huge Hobby. I bought one of the Lucky bags, and it had the mixed, it was the mixed bag. And I got just a ton of this beautiful yarn, but a lot of it was that 3-weight, and I'm not a big fan. So I thought, let's make some hats and hand warmers out of it on the Addy. Save my hands a little bit. So this is the color. I use this bowl to keep my yarn in when I'm using my Addy. And I got this really pretty, these little small skeins of the Amigo yarn. And it's just 100% acrylic. It's a 3-weight. It looks like you can wash it and dry it because it's an acrylic. But it wants these little tiny hooks, which, I mean, G&H isn't that tiny, but I don't know. I already crochet loose as it is, and so I would just have a big floppy mess. But I've been using my Addy a lot just to kind of save my hands for a day or two. I've been having a little bit of pain through here too, so I need to slow my roll. Oh, and my new sweatshirt. I think this is my 6th crochet sweatshirt or shirt that I've purchased, and this has kind of been my new theme. Before I moved back home here to Northern California, I never wore sweatshirts or t-shirts. I was not a t-shirt or a sweatshirt person. And so now that I live here, it's just been kind of fun to just throw on a pair of leggings and a sweatshirt and my Ugg boots, and I'm good to go because that's what people wear here. And it's been like kind of fun, not having to get dressed up every day. So I'm going to put the link to this on, it's Yarn Merch is who I got it from. And I was a little hesitant to buy from them. I'm really glad I did. I think like I said, I've got 5 or 6 shirts from them now so far. And then what else? Oh, I have 2 big shipments coming, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. There's a lot going on and some exciting news. So I'm going to go over to my workspace. Okay, so here at my workspace, I feel like the camera's too high. I think the camera's too high. Okay, got that all taken care of. Also made myself a cup of coffee that I have spilled all over the place. Okay, yum. So I think what I want to do today, my plan for today, since we're going to be so busy with Vlogmas starting tomorrow, is I pulled everything out of my closet that I have for the market. And the market that's coming up next weekend is a small market. It's just a 1 day. I have 1 table, not a big deal. So that gives me 2 weeks to kind of make some smaller Christmas items. But what I thought I would do is go through everything I have, with you, and can decide like what is worthy so I don't take everything with me. I don't think that's necessary. So I have tons of hats, tons. And then I probably have 30 of these, 30 or 40 of these kinds of hats. So I'm going to take those. I think those are big sellers here in Humboldt County, and I think that they'll go well. Hats, I'll have them, you know, I'm going to have them priced to sell, but not so low that it makes, you know, other people who are selling hats look bad. I also have a ton of these little girl sweaters or little kid sweaters. I probably have 30 of these, and I think these, I think they're worth putting out. I'll pick like some of my favorites. I'm not going to put them all out. I'll pick some of my favorites and put those out. Like I missed my mark with this one, right? Because this was the Thanksgiving sweater that I made. Totally missed my mark with that one. But I don't know. It's such a beautiful sweater. I feel like maybe I should put that one out anyway. I think these would probably sell. Such a great color. So, like I said, I probably have 30 of these. I'm not going to show you all of them just because there's so many. This one's one of my favorites. It's not Christmas colors, but it reminds me of a Christmas sweater. It's just so stinking cute. So I think, you know, maybe I'll put like half of the children's sweaters out. I have a little rack that I can hang them on. Some of them have matching hats, and then some of them don't. And I honestly, I don't even know what's like in these containers. I've just got everything packed away. And okay, so these are my Ella Jane hats. I've got a bunch of these where I made the pom-pom on these. I mean, I've got a ton of these in lots and lots of colors. So what, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 in here. And this is just one small container of hats. So I'm going to definitely take these because these are winter hats. And again, I'll price these hats to sell. But that's my Ella Jane hat. That's the one I'm trying to do a tutorial on that has just made my life miserable. Again, more of these. Lots of fun colors. This is a big twist. I thought was really pretty. Another Ella Jane hat. Actually, this one goes to a poncho that I'm going to show you here in a little bit. Just about set the hat on fire with my candle. Look at this. Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen? This is, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. So thick and gorgeous. Very, again, another one of those really thick hats. Another one. So I used to be known as the Hat Lady of Nashville. Literally, like that was what people knew me as. Because when I lived in Nashville, I worked at Michael's and I had a group called Hat Club. And in Hat Club, we made hats. That's what we did. We made hats for all the local cancer centers. And one year we made over 6,000 hats for the local cancer centers. They went all over the United States. And these are just some different kinds of hats. Little ear warmer thing. This is actually, I'm keeping this one for myself because it's huge and there's a few mistakes in it. This was the first one I ever made and I didn't drop some stitches, but I flubbed them up a little bit. So I'm gonna keep that one for myself. This is the Wheat Stitch from Brianna Kay, a hat that I made. These are really warm. I know, right? I should probably just stop making hats. But here I am getting ready to do 24 days of hats. I don't know if I've shared this before, but my oldest daughter is a 4-time cancer survivor. And that is what, I'm not going to put that one in there. That is what started me making hats. When she was having her treatments, I used to make hats for people. And this is hideous. And so that's what got me started, and that's really where my love for hats came from. Look at that, isn't that pretty? So there you go, that's the story. I am a prolific hat maker. This is so silly. It's more silly than I thought it was, I guess. It is more silly than I literally thought it was going to be. When I pulled it out, I was like, oh, it's not so bad. There's only like 5 boxes. Only 5 boxes. Holy cow. And it's not the end. I've already showed you a bunch of these. More hats, more hats, more hats, more hats. Seriously? You're probably wondering, why am I doing 24 days of hats when I have so many I could just give them all away? I could do that, but that's not the point, right? One, I need to recoup some for these hats that I've already made, but I want it to be a project, and I want it to be something that maybe other people will do with me. That's really why I like doing the prayer shawls, because every stitch has love and just all the good stuff coming out of me into this shawl, and then I'm giving it to somebody. Okay, let's see what we have next. Here's like the next box. I'll show it to you. I don't even know what's in here. It says heavy. All right. Oh, more children's sweaters. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Look at that. Here's the back. And this is one of my other favorites too. They're so warm and sturdy, and I have to say, well made. This one's kind of cute. I actually steamed this one, so it's a little bit floppy, but I love that hot pink. I want a sweater in that color. This is an adult sweater that I made. This is called the Carol Jean. I made this after my mother. These are colors that she had in her house. You know, the greens and the dusty rose and the burgundy. Very cute little sweater. I'll put this over here. It's another one that I made. Another adult crop sweater. That one has some strings that need to be cut off. And then this is my first one I ever made. So, yeah, I'm going to put these all back in the box. Well, not those, because those need to be cleaned up. So I've got a lot to take with me. I think this one's done. That one's finished. So this one needs to be cleaned up. So there's that. All right, let's see what's next. This one, oh, there's another big one. This says kids sweaters, more kids sweaters. There's that one. And it's got a little matching hat, an Ella Jane hat. This was the first and only little boy one that I've made so far. This was the first one I ever made. Love, love this one. Hello. Another one of these. I think I need one of these for myself. Yes, I do. A cute little poncho with pom-poms. Oh, this is a little hat that goes with one of those little sweaters. This is silly. Oh, this went with the fall sweater, the little girl fall sweater that I showed you. We need to put that in there. Okay. Now, I think we're done with the children's sweaters, at least in this box. I also like making scarf and hat sets. And so I made a bunch of these. This still needs fringe on it, but this is a scarf and matching hat. So I think that could go. This is a really fun one. This is like, I like using colors that are different and putting interesting colors together. So this is a fun little scarf, and it's got a matching hat as well. This still needs to be cleaned up, but this is a little cowl with a hood with pom-poms. So I need to clean that up. There's still some strings on that. Let's see, there's this scarf. I like this one because the colors go from like this, like that. And then it's got a matching hat. I guess you can kind of tell the colors I love, right? This one I did a little embroidery on the middle on a couple of the middles of the flowers. I think I'm going to say put this aside for spring. This is just so cute. This is that painterly yarn, I think. This is another scarf. Ooh. Another little scarf. This actually has pockets in the scarf. And then this is just another little scarf. Oh, check it out. And two more hats. Oh my goodness. So I've got some scarf sets. I'd like to make a couple of more in more Christmas colors. I know I have a white one in here somewhere that is gorgeous, that we're going to keep this out. I'm not going to put this in for the holiday market. All right. Okay. So I have these three and then two big boxes that I still need to look through. And none of this that I'm showing you now even includes all of the things that I have, all my whips that I'm working on right now. Okay, that's not going to go in right now. That's a bucket hat. Another bucket hat. Another bucket hat. Those are not going in right now. Another wheat stitch hat. Another wheat stitch hat. Put those over there. Get rid of these. So I'm glad I'm doing this because honestly, I was dreading it and I thought, well, why don't I just make a video out of it? That'll be kind of, at least it'll make it fun. More hats. More stinking hats. So there is a story to these hats. When I had COVID back at the beginning of the year and I thought I was going to die, this is what I did. I made hats. I'm also an artist, and so at that time I was like, I just needed to take a break from drawing because everything that I was drawing was so dark and negative. I was like, I need to stop. So I picked up the crochet hook, which I hadn't done in a couple of years. So this is all just like from the last, since April. More hats. The good news is a lot of it's already tagged. So hallelujah for that. Definitely hallelujah for that. When I did my last market, I had my husband help me. With Sorry, I had my husband help me tag everything, which was great. All right, I think this is just silly stuff. Some bandanas, some washcloths. I will put those out. I have 4 sets of washcloths, so I'll put those out. And then I have probably 25 scrunchies, but no real Christmas colors. I've got some black. I don't even have any red. So I should probably do like some red and green Christmas colors. I'm going to put this. With that. And this can go to the market. People like the washcloths, I've found. I like the washcloths. That's why I make them. Especially since I found that yarn at Michael's. It's a half cotton, half acrylic yarn, and I didn't think that it would make up very well for those cloths, but they actually do. I was really surprised. So let's get this other one here. Okay, so we got another box here that I need to get all of these into a lidded container. So I made a bunch of these little poncho neck things. I think these are really cute. And I used a Lion Brand yarn for these. This one's more of like a poncho. And then speaking of the poncho, here is the poncho that I made. This is so warm and delicious. And it's got this little matching hat to go with it. Oh gosh. I made this a long time ago. I still haven't put the horn on it or the ears, but it's one of those little unicorn sweaters. I'm not putting that out. I've got a couple of market bags. I think I could put those out even though they're not Christmas colors, but maybe I'll make some Christmas colored ones. Another poncho I made, and this still needs some fringe on it, but this is really pretty. So that goes over here because it needs some work. Oh, look at this. More hats. Actually, this is a hat and arm warmer set. Kind of cute. Oh, I made some plushies. These are stupid. This is another hat and arm warmer set. And then some more ear warmers. Now, what I'm going to show you next, I also crocheted these when I had COVID, because I was, not when I had it, it was after I had it. And I was still having to rest. I crocheted these specifically for Christmas. And I made these cute little Christmas stockings. But again, I like using unconventional colors. These need to be this is ridiculous. I'm just realizing how ridiculous it is. I made stockings for all of my grandchildren last year, so they all got some of these. this one doesn't ring. I really do like these. I think they're pretty darn cute. That one doesn't ring either. And I think this is the last one, and it doesn't have a bell on it at all. I think I saw the bell on the bottom of my closet, just a purple one. So these are all my Christmas stockings that I'm definitely going to put out. They're different, they're unique. I'll put these out, these little gift sets. I think I will put this out. I'll put those out. All right, one more box to go. These are like little cowls that I made. But this is one of my favorite cowls that I ever made. I love these colors. It's this cute little cowl. It's got a matching hat and matching matching hand warmers. I'm trying to figure out where the thumb hole was. Cute little matching hand warmers. I've got this pretty scarf. It's just this bright white and this dark hunter green. Another one of those little cowls. I've got a Wednesday snood. Made one of these. Just this pretty striped scarf. More pom-poms on the end. A poncho. Another scarf. I really like these. An infinity scarf. And then more of these little things, these little neck. This has got like a cowl. These actually look really cute under like a denim jacket, just as like a little cowl or a scarf. I made this Halloween one. I'm going to put that over there. We're not going to put that one out. And then just a plain black one. So that is everything. As you can see, I don't have a lot of Christmas stuff. So I'm trying to think what I can make that would be Christmassy, but quick. I do have some clear plastic ornaments. I could make a couple sets of ornaments. Those are super fast to make. I've got stockings. I could do some dishcloths and hand towels in Christmas colors. Maybe a couple little sets like this, hat, scarf, and cowl. Maybe a market bag. I don't know. I'm really, yeah. So I think I'm going to keep it simple and do some hand towels and washcloths, some Christmas colored hats that I'm going to do on the knitting machine, some ornaments. I do have a couple of those Christmas tree wine bottle covers. I don't know where they are, but I know I have those, so I could do a couple of those. I've got a couple of those Grinch hats. I could do some more of that. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm not going to overstress myself with Vlogmas is my priority, actually. So the markets, I mean, they were such a small fee to get into them. I think I'm just going to be like, this is what I have, and not stress over it and just do a few side Christmas items. That's the plan. So as you can see where my, wild mind has been in the last year with all the crocheting that I've been doing, and really no vision when I was doing that. I had no idea when I was doing all this crocheting that I would have a YouTube channel about crocheting. But it seems like the right path for sure. So I think this video is probably going to be long enough. I've shared with you my plan for Vlogmas, at least what I can share so far. I've shown you what I'm going to be putting into my market. I showed you a couple of new makes, and I think that's it. It's a beautiful Sunday. I've got a lot to do today, so I hope that you tune in tomorrow for day 1 of Vlogmas. I have a couple of things that I'm going to add at the end of some fun video stuff that I've been trying to make myself do more B-roll stuff, so it's not just all one video. Like, I've got some extra stuff. That has been kind of hard for me because I don't know. It's just weird. I'm having to learn how to do, like, take B-roll photos and those kinds of things. So I've got some where I'm working on the Addy. I've got some where I'm decorating the tree. I've got some where I'm out shopping at Michael's. So just trying to be a little more, add some interesting stuff in there, other than me just sitting here talking. So thank you all for being here. I would love if you want to throw out some suggestions for simple things that I can make for the Christmas boutique. That would be great. Again, I want it to be something pretty quick makeups. That would be fabulous. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for day 1 of Vlogmas. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. You can hit the little bell, and that will let you know when I put out new content, which will be every day. And I always love a like or a comment. Is, like I said before, the comments are the highlight of my day. I love communicating with my subscribers, my friends out there in YouTube land. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, folks. Take care.